Saturday afternoon, and I'm getting a little chance here to work on some of my junk. This is the IH 4300 SRS. Trying to get some of the breakout gear installed today. There's the air fitting on the back. We're just converting an air line over so we can run our air systems. I'll cut closer. This toolbox is full. These are Monster 60s. These are the biggest boxes I can get. There's one on the other side too. That one's full of chain straps and other gear. This is the actual SRS. I can get a good picture of it. Outriggers drop down like in those pictures I had up. Of course, you're not really supposed to pick the truck up, but they don't build it. You know how that is. They don't build it if it isn't meant to do it. Boom can swing left or right. It's got 6 anchor points on each side, so you can lower down and run. Actually, that would be the Scotch block for lower pulls if you had to lower pull off the D-ring or come up to adjustment. Just basically a standard IH 4300 inside. It's loaded. It's nothing fancy though. And it does sit a lot lower than the Texas Motor Speedway truck too. Still rides good. It's got air suspension. This one actually has a more advanced air suspension for hauling cars that are a little more precious in cargo. I also added another chase vehicle, skip trace vehicle. We had the Grand Prix for a couple of years, and I don't know how incog it is, so I went up and I actually repoed one of these a week ago, and then there was a fella for one for sale. So midlife crisis or whatever. It's a 2003 BMW Z3 Sportster. I really like the car, but we're using it for skip tracing, or I should say I am. I'm not letting anybody drive it but me. It's a fun little car. It handles as well as a C4 Corvette or C5 Corvette. I had it out last night, and I was talking to Peter this morning. You can hit the expressway exits at about the same speed you were traveling down the highway. It's got excellent handling. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to incorporate a alternate skip trace vehicle, so when we're doing recons, I'll show that. Actually, I can come up with a better excuse for buying that Z3. I just wanted it, okay? But it does work for what? A skip chase vehicle. But there's the IH. Gonna try to get some video. We got a buddy that's got a junkyard we're gonna flip some cars here in the next week, and I gotta train Jack and Greg on running this probably as well as me. I've actually demoed it once before, so I'm pretty familiar with how it works. It uses all remote control handhelds for running the SRS, and the drag line on the carrier deck is also wireless. The bed controls are still running with the levers right there. This also has the better Jerry-Dan pump system on it as well. It's a little more heavy duty. But it is a cool concept with the recovery. We'll see. Sure it isn't going to be like on Wrecked, but I'm sure it'll come. And then the other thing was I wanted to do an update on the Z28. We've come down to almost a standstill on this. Butch isn't feeling good. I'm not feeling good. The firewall's getting prepped. If you go back and look at the other videos, he's reconstructed the dash. We did go in and get an upper dash plate for it. But the shell is pretty much done. I don't know. It's covered up. He's going to start rough repair next week, and then we still got to put the sub on the front. But it's coming along, and I'm sure that I'm hoping that it does meet the September deadline, because I don't mind sloppy, but this place is really a mess inside here right now. So anyway, this is a lot closer, and I say that because when you get into like this firewall, as you can see in this here, this whole firewall had to be pretty much reconstructed. It was a mess, and the more you do, the more you find, the more you have to do. Even the windshield frame had to be reconstructed. You know, the more we would grind and sandblast, the worse it would get. So anyway, this is coming. They said rough repair, and then the back end of the car will be essentially done. Sub is still haven't brought it down to bolt it up. There's our mock sub right there. That's going to get rolled back down to the other shop. The upside is the new sub is already painted. Everything's ready to go. It's got a power steering, gearbox, power brakes. That'll be a direct roll it underneath, and then the fenders get fitted in the hood and whatnot. So it really goes pretty much all downhill after that. I don't mean downhill like as in fall apart, but downhill as in I hope things speed up. Again, you know, it's just been between one or the other. We've had a lot of missed work days this week on this car. So anyway, from the last time I just gave you a little small update. Firewall and dash reconstruction was the biggest hang up here. It's like Butch was saying the other day, they spent less time putting quarters, floor pans, rockers, and the basic body shell took less time than it took to reconstruct the firewall and the dash. So that's how restorations go. Everything can be going smooth, and they all just take a crap in a real big hurry. So anyway, just thought I'd make a short video clip of this as an update. Again, hopefully next time I'll do an update which will be all bolted back together and a rolling chassis, and then hopefully she'll be ready to head down to the paint booth. So anyway, I think we're gonna call that a Roger up.